team for Oscar Realty to help you purchase this property today. What we're going to do shortly, we'll go through the terms and conditions, then we'll have a little bit of chat about the property. I'll introduce Dave, and of course then we get down to the serious matter. So if you are considering bidding today, make that time your time to sort out your strategy. James Bond's going to be bidding with you. Okay, here we go. 27 Seacrest Drive here in West Harbour is legally described as an estate in freehold. Sitting on a land package of 842 square metres, it is Lot 11 on Deposited Plan 177024, Certificate of Title NA 109A, Folio 762. The list of chattels are as per the schedule. We will be going through those later on, ladies and gentlemen, in a bit more depth because they are worth a good, healthy bid just in their own right. Being an auction, there is a 10% deposit required on the fall of the hammer. The balance is due on settlement date, which is from 60 out to 120 days. Now that gives you a great window there to organise anything you may need to do. 60 to 120. Don't get that very, very often. The auction is conducted today in accordance with the Real Estate Institute's Auction Code of Practice and the Real Estate Agents Act of 2008. And as part of that, we've had on display the Buyer's Guide. You've all had a chance to read. That is an important booklet. You'll be asked to sign a document to say that you have had the chance to read it, should you be the lucky winner today. The conditions state that the property is offered up for sale subject to reserve price, and subject to that reserve price being met, the highest bidder whose bid I accept shall be the purchaser, the amount, the purchase price. As auctioneer, I may nominate the sum by which the bids can be increased, may also refuse any bid. Should there be a dispute arising concerning any bid, I will simply re-offer the property up at the last undisputed bid. Now the vendor reserves the right to bid themselves. Well, they won't be doing that. He's on the phone, he's in Cuba, so you won't see him putting his hand up, but what he's done is he's given that job to me. So, if need be, I will bid on behalf of the vendor. That is the vendor bid. If that is to happen, I will make it quite clear that the bid is with me for the vendor and that we are at a rate which is below the reserve price. The vendor also reserves the right to withdraw the property at any time prior to sale without disclosing that reserve price. There are a couple of extra conditions in here which we will go through, ladies and gentlemen. They are clause 22, which refers to the carpet being stretched. There's new carpet gone down. In a couple of areas it has waved a little bit. The vendor will have that stretched and fixed before settlement date. Also, clause 23 tells us, because of the state of the art, channels you've seen downstairs, the TVs and everything else that goes with it, the vendor has thrown in 2 hours of training from ABL for the new owners. And you'll probably need it too, because there is some very, very serious equipment down below. It's my job now to introduce my very, very good friend. He used to be a neighbour of mine before we joined forces in real estate there, Mr. Dave Whitley from our Green Bay branch. Dave, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for being here today. I'm surprised we didn't all turn up on boats. It's been quite a tremendous storm this morning. I've been told it's actually a king tide. If you look out there, I don't think the boats have ever been quite that high, but we don't lose any view. Believe me, they're always on full view there. So king tide, king palace, king people. We've got the chance of the king buyer today. First of all, I'd like to say a great thanks to Carolyn and to Lauren, who have helped me all the way through this. Lauren, my PA, has been working 24/7 on this, and I'm sure she'll be glad that it won't happen in the very near future. So welcome everyone. It is really good to see you. We've been working for this day and really look forward to it. So I'll take you back to Dennis.
Dave Whitley, a man who knows how to market such expensive properties here, quality properties, knows how to get the job done. Thank you, Dave. We must say a special thank you to our vendors who are sitting in Cuba on the phone. Are they on FaceTime?
We're going in and out of connection.
In and out of FaceTime if they
but
are.
I believe they're on the phone as
Dinesh.
well. Yep.
The property. A very, very high quality property. It's hard to wander through this place and find exactly which is the part you like the most. Is it the wine cellar downstairs with that smoky glass, wine glass on the door? The media room with all the equipment you could want. How many homes do you go through that actually have a media room? Okay, upstairs here, the big lounge, dining room. Look at the size of the kitchen. This is made for entertaining. Upstairs though, and this is my favourite part of the house here, the master. Beautiful ensuite, a dressing room, not just a walk-in wardrobe, but a dressing room, doors that go out onto the deck, and also your own private little away room up there. So we have living on 3 areas here. You can all have your own space, and what a great meeting place it is. Now I mentioned before that we'd have a chat about the chattels. Sounds good, chat about the chattels, doesn't it? Let's just point out a few of the very, very top ones here, because they are worth thinking about. Zone ducted air conditioning right throughout the house. There is a full rust sound system with wall controls throughout the house. Internal Jamo speaker surround sound. Jamo subwoofer. You can have all the music you want. Here's good for a party. There are 2 3D television Panasonic HD sets which are remaining, and 3 other high definition TVs. There's a wine cellar control fridge. There's a Bosch, top names coming up here, Bosch fridge, double door fridge freezer, Smeg rangewood, Bosch oven, Bosch dishwasher, in-ground heated salt water swimming pool, 5 external security cameras, external sound system, and with the gate there is an electric SIM gate remote, which means if you're sitting in St Heliers, held up in the traffic, you have a tradesman arrives here, you want to get him through, you can open the gate for him. Very, very important to have that sort of security when you have a property quite like this. Talking with the vendor, and I said, these chattels which you have here, which make up a big, big part of the sale of this property, what do you reckon they're worth? He told me round about $200,000 worth of top range chattels in here. As I say, that is worth a good healthy bid in itself. Just to remind you that the lucky purchaser today will be required to furnish their solicitor with a New Zealand bank account number and a GST number. Well, there's the rules of engagement. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, I only have one more thing to add to this now, and that is your bidding. So, where do we start? Who would like to start their way? Well, that worked, didn't it? Okay, let's try it again. Where do we start, ladies and gentlemen? Looking for an opening bidder offer. Let's say 2.4 million. 2,400,000. Where do we go from there? Looking for 2.5. We are at 2.4 with me for the vendor at the moment. Looking for 2.5. 2.5 on the floor anywhere? How are we going there, Sonny? 2.4 with me at the moment. This is a quality home, ladies and gentlemen. This requires quality bidding. 2.4 with me at the moment. Do we go anywhere from there? Phone bidder here. And that's what we should have mentioned before, that we do have a phone bidder here. Don't worry, they are operating under exactly the same conditions you are. There's no unfair advantages there. We're looking for 2.5 at the moment. 2.4 with me for the vendor. That will allow him to stay here. Does somebody else want to move in? 2.4. Can I say 2.5 on the phone? 2.4 with me for the vendor. How we go? We give a little bit of time here because this is serious money, this is serious decisions. 2.4 with me, now we're going for 2.5. How's that sounding, Sonny? Anybody else on the floor? It doesn't have to be here on the phone. Anybody else can come in anytime they like. You've seen the view. It's brilliant. King tide. Almost want to see Neptune sitting out there today, the king tide. 2.4, looking for 2.5. Everybody very, very quiet. This is the sort of neighbourhood you are in here, in West Harbour. Nice, quiet neighbours. 2.4. Can we get 2.5? Can I say 2.5 for you? Not going to happen? Okay, at 2.4 with me. I will take it to 2.5 for the vendor. We're now looking for 2.55. 2.5 with me for the vendor. 2.55 now. You get a chance to go there. I've taken it for you. 2.55 we're after now. 2.5 with me. Once at 2.5. Nobody else yet there want to put their hand up? Twice at 2.5. 2.45. I've already asked for 2.55. 2.555 it will need to be. We have, in auctions we go upwards. Unfortunately we can't go backwards. That's a Dutch auction. That may be good in Holland. No good here though. 2.5. Look for 2.55. Must be over that. A lot of you out there thinking pretty hard on it, aren't you? I've always thought, don't think, just bid. Thinking hurts the mind. I've always found 2.5, look for 5.5 now. And there it is. How are we going? Bear in mind, people, this is your chance to purchase the property outright today. There are people around who do not want to see this property sell today, because they want a chance to come and at it too. This is your chance to buy this property with less competition today. Tomorrow, there will be more competition and they will be fighting you for it. 2.5, how are we going, Sonny? Okay, I'll just take instructions off my vendor. We'll give you a couple of minutes. I'll just check with my vendor. Warren, okay.